What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Virzi Effect podcast show. My name is Paul Virzi, and you guys listening to episode 538. How the hell is everybody doing? I'm back here in the home studio, guys, and I can't talk too crazy loud or fast. And the reason for that is yesterday, I'm surprised I'm even doing this podcast because yesterday was at the dentist and had a tooth extracted. And I'm not going to lie, it was the aftermath was not, listen, it was not like a long time ago where I dealt with pain in my tooth like I never dealt with before. It was not that bad. But, dude, I'm not going to lie. I don't know if anybody here's ever had a tooth taken out. Holy shit. Dude, I was like, it was all right, dude. They gave me the, they don't give like Vicodin or like shit like that anymore unless you really need it. So they give like, which is fine. But they gave like 600 milligram ibuprofens, and not to be gross, but I went to bed last night and I was feeling okay. Took the ibuprofen, took the antibiotic. I'm icing my cheek. You got to ice your fucking face so it doesn't blow out. So like I've been just sitting around doing this all day. Like I've been on the phone with an ice pack, and woke up and there's blood on the pillow and I freaked out. There's blood on the pillow. There's blood on the bed. And I'm going, dude, and they were like, no, it's totally normal. I mean, it wasn't a lot, but it's a little unnerving to wake up and just see blood that was coming out of your fucking head. But getting better, feeling better. Hope you're not eating. Don't mean to be gross at the start of this. Somebody's eating a tuna fish sandwich with a bag of chips and a drink, and now it's ruined. No, it's all good. But yeah, so I was going to go into the studio and book some people. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to be up to getting in the car, driving down to the studio in the city. Rather sit in my home studio and still give a Virzi Effect, guys. I want to thank you all seriously from the bottom of my heart who subscribe to the Virzi Effect. And the new listeners and the old school listeners, guys, I cannot thank you enough. We've gone up over 2,000 listeners in the last like 5 episodes. So thank you. Continue to spread the word. Let people know. Get the Virzi Effect podcast everywhere you get your podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, and all that good stuff. You guys know where you get it. So thank you. Spread the word, and we will keep rolling. And the funny thing is, so many so many comments of people saying, I like you alone. But then I have guests that want to come on and that I want to talk to. So it's weird, but I'm going to kind of do it, when I can. But I'm not going to lie, man. You guys seem to like when I'm alone. And I like being with you. So I want to be with you. I'm with a new girl every night. I want to be with you. What movie? Goodfellas. Come on. You knew that. Guys, I have a story for you that you guys are going to fucking love. Okay. It's a true story. It happened. When did it happen? The day before yesterday. So Tuesday night it happened. And boy, I got myself out of it. And I'll tell you how I got myself out of it. But holy shit, it was almost a catastrophe. And I will tell you the story. So my son has a 7th grade band. My son has a 7th grade band concert Tuesday night at his junior high school. Okay. And you're waiting there, and it's my wife and my daughter, and then obviously friends from the community and other parents that we know, all sitting in this nice auditorium. Principal comes out, he speaks. Then the band teacher comes out, he speaks. And then they wait for the 6th graders to go up, and the 6th graders do a couple of numbers, a couple songs, and then they leave. And then our 7th graders get up and they take the stage. They get their places. My son is in percussion. He's in drums. So he goes like in the back where the drummers are. We're waiting and we're watching, and they're doing some songs. And guys, when you're in church as a kid and you can't stop laughing. When you're, you know what it is. When you're just in a situation where you probably shouldn't laugh. Well, this starts to happen, and I'm kind of just putting my shirt over my face. and I'm starting to the laugh. It's like a wave, right? It's like a wave where you start to, and I want everybody listening to this to think about, okay? Think about times you were laughing uncontrollably in public where nobody knows why. And you just, it could just be a punch drunk laugh, but something's happening. Something is happening and you just don't know why you're laughing. So, dude, I start laughing. My daughter's next to me with her little friend to the right. My wife is to the left. You know, we're dressed up nice. We're not dressed up, but like, you know, my wife looked very nice and shit. And I start laughing and I start like, you know, but the music is playing. So nobody really knows, right? Nobody knows why is the music playing, you know, what's going on here. So nobody's going to hear somebody laughing, but then the song stops. And every time the song stopped, the band teacher would walk to the side and point to everybody and everybody would clap. Now I'm sitting there and now they're in between songs and it's dead silent. And I start fucking losing control of myself. I start going, oh God. Oh, and my wife is looking at me and my wife's like, Paul. And I'm like, I can't help it. I'm sorry. So I start really laughing. And my daughter and her friends start to pick up on it, but nobody thinks about it yet. Now, here's what I was laughing at. I was laughing at an online clip of, I don't know if you guys saw the online clip of when the guy is at some rally or something and he goes up to this guy, this African-American dude. He had like no teeth. And he goes, how many genders are there? And the guy just goes, I don't know. I just got here. Right. I'm sure you guys saw it. It went viral. If you haven't seen it, watch it. He goes up to him just real abruptly. Sir, how many genders are there? I don't know. I just got here. And he's got no fucking teeth. Dude, when I saw it online, I was like, all right, yeah, that's funny. I saw it either on Instagram or one of the social media platforms. And I laughed. Oh, that's funny. You know, I left it at that. It's funny. But I'm in this situation where I shouldn't be laughing. And I was thinking of things. I don't know why. And I pictured the guy's face just confused, going, I don't know. I just got here. And guys, I uncontrollably, inconsolably just start crying, laughing. And my wife is hitting me. Now people start looking at me and it's dead fucking quiet. And the guy's getting the band ready. I hear papers flipping because they got to go to the next number and they got to get, and all of a sudden I go, ah! Like that. And fucking band members just looked. And now my wife leans to the side. My wife is beet red. I'm fucking panicking because now, and I'm in like I'm close to the wall. So if I wanted to get up and excuse myself, everybody would see me crying, laughing as I got through. And then I would have to walk up the aisle and we were kind of towards the front. So I have two choices. I can get up a laughing fool, have my son from the stage see it, all of our parents, everybody in the community, my wife being mortified, me getting up, walking past seats through the row and then up the aisle and everybody sees what the fuck happened. And now there's all these questions. Why did I do it? Or I could fucking man up, cut the shit and pull myself together, which ultimately I did. And the only way I could do it, and I still feel it on my tongue, I had to bite my tongue literally with this side of my mouth, biting my tongue as hard as I can to the point where I was going to fucking just break something because I that's the only way I could do it. Guys, I swear to God, I lost control of myself. And I just kept picturing the guy go, I don't know. I just got here. I don't know. I just got here. And people going, what the fuck's going on? And like a couple of band members saw it. And then I'm biting my thing and I held it together. My wife, for like 3/4 of the rest of the concert, was mad at me. She was like not talking to me. I could tell she was pissed. She was okay. She wasn't like fully. And then we actually went out to dinner afterwards and we started talking and I told my kids, and my son knows the clip. So my son started bursting out laughing. He was totally cool. You know, my son's friends, like they like me. So it's like no parents really saw. But dude, those laughs that are inappropriate, on the Anything Better podcast, me and Bill Burr were talking, the other podcast I do, subscribe to that. You can go to the YouTube channel, subscribe to the Anything Better podcast. But Bill Burr was talking about how he had one of the laughs of his life at a funeral. And the same thing with my mother. When my mother was in high school, I believe around high school or like late teens, early 20s, my mom was at her friend's family member's funeral. And my mom was hysterical, could not stop laughing, crying, laughing in front of everybody, couldn't. And they say that sometimes emotions happen like that when it's not supposed to. So you're really not supposed to, you're not supposed to be laughing. So you kind of, maybe that's what it was. But I think because it was so funny, the clip, and because I was in a quiet area where like maybe people didn't know, I just lost control of myself. So if you guys have any good ones, man, send them in when you write them in. Laughs that happen to you in your life when you should not have it happen, when it is completely inappropriate, when people are getting mad at you. It has to happen. And you know what sucks about it is you feel like this immature piece of shit. You know, I'm sitting there, I'm like, dude, I'm at my my son's 7th grade concert. And then in my mind, I'm going, I'm a comedian. So they're going to think I'm this dumb fucking like dickhead who could never be serious, which is actually the opposite. You know, people that know me know, like, I'm a very kind of private guy. You know, I could probably do more. I could do more crazy shit to get more followers, but I'm not doing that man on the street putting a fucking wig on. Again, I've talked about it on the show. I'm not knocking that, but that's just not who I am. I'm not going to fucking, you know, do some outrageous shit to, you know, to cause something to go viral, to get fucking, oh, there's 8,000 more people after that. That's not who I am. So I'm thinking these people are going to be like, oh, typical. There's the kid whose dad's a comedian making a fuck. And I'm friends with everybody, so nobody would say that. But in my mind, I'm like, really, Dick, are you really going to burst out laughing during this? And I held it together by biting my tongue, but you feel like a piece of shit. So I guess what I'm saying is, you know, if you have any kind of thing like that, let me know. Write it into the show. Me and Themeles will screen them. And if there's anything that we can come up with, or if there's anything that we get, you know, pending, we have time in the show or whatever, not having a guest or whatever, we will definitely talk about that. But I got to tell you something. It's no coincidence that it's usually churches, funerals, events, because what happens is your mind just goes, oh my God, not here. And then it happens there. So let me know what you guys think about that. But dude, my wife said at dinner, she goes, I can't believe that last burst out that you did. Cause it started to go so bad, and it started to be really contagious so bad. And then I just went, like I fucking was crying, guys. I lost control of myself, face red, my daughter looking like I couldn't even console myself. I just lost control of myself laughing. So there you go. So the unacceptable for the week on TVE this week, 538 is your boy, the host of the fucking show, hysterical laughing at a middle school play, a middle school concert, band concert, in between songs, and almost fucking ruining it for people. Completely unacceptable, and I take full responsibility for it. I saw something, speaking of plays or concerts or anything like that. I'm driving in New York City, and there's a Michael Jackson Broadway play. And look, we all know Michael Jackson's music was pretty incredible, Thriller and all the amazing hits and the performance. But dude, like, I got to be honest with you, and I don't know, some people may get mad at this. After hearing what the dude did by so many people, and then I had people who I couldn't even watch the documentary. I didn't want to watch the documentary, but hearing some of the shit in the documentaries of what he wanted kids to do, and taking kids for a month away from their parents and sleeping in the bed with them. It's like, how are you going to that play? Like, I get it. Oh, you're going to put that aside and enjoy the music. But it's like the guy behind that music, man, was into some shit, and it's kind of fucked up, man. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I was just going like, out of all the play, especially in these times. That's the weirdest thing to me. We're in these times where you can't say certain words anymore. Okay, it's gone so over the top. You can't do this. You can't do that. Well, that group's going to be offended. That group's going to offend. This guy had like multiple, you know what I mean? Like multiple children and multiple children's parents, and the same story over and over, the same accusations over and over. Like, and it's like, let's do a fucking Broadway play and go. It's like, it's kind of like, I don't know. And obviously the play's still going on. People are going to see it. That's fucked up. Yeah, he liked when little boy showed his ass. But let's go to that fucking bro. It's like, what? Yeah, he liked when kids showed their ass to him when he was in bed. That's you know, but dude, I got these tickets up front down by the orchestra. Like, what? I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, look, you never want to accuse somebody of anything if you don't know or have proof. But I got to be honest with you. Children that don't really have a reason to, and it kind of came out like a lot of stuff came out like after he had passed. And again, you don't want to talk about somebody that's gone, rest his soul. But like when children come out and say that, and then there's really no kind of motive, like, and people are just going, no, this is what happened. And here's the other thing, dude. Here's the other thing. Whether you believe the Michael Jackson shit or not, I'll put that aside. How about this? How about this one? Michael Jackson it's like that Chris Rock bit where he said, what's his name on 60 Minutes, said, is it okay for a 40-something-year-old man to lay in bed with a 10-year-old boy? And, you know, it's like, yes, it's beautiful. Yes, it's fine. Whatever the fuck like that. Dude, I got to be honest with you. I turned 40 not long ago. Okay. If I was single and I was fucking chilling out with 11-year-olds in bed watching movies, that's fucked up. That's just, I don't care if Michael Jackson did not touch them and just gave them popcorn and shit. That's a little fucked up. Right. So it's like, I don't know. I'm just driving in the city. I'm going to do a show. They got all these billboards and banners of, you know, they got all these billboards and banners of shit and of Michael Jackson. And it's just like, I got to be honest, man. Like, how can you make that production knowing what the accusations are, knowing that there's families that were hurt or potentially hurt and all that shit? Like, why even make that decision? That's all I'm saying. I'm not mad about it. I'm not like, oh, this is a fucking, you know, people want to go and hear fucking Beat It live with an impersonator. I get that, but I don't know, man. That was one I was just like, this is a little fucking, you know, yeah. You know, Bill Cosby's out of jail right now. They're going to do the fucking Cosby Show on ice. You know, I'll have a drink. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Fucking Cosby Show on ice. You know, I don't know. It's just if you have those accusations and that's out there, I mean, that's how much of a fucking gigantic star that guy was, that people are looking past that. People sat down and like, here's what we're going to do, dude. We're going to do we got the best Michael Jackson impersonator. We're going to play all his hits. We're going to bring it to Broadway. Did anybody in that meeting just go, just real quick? I don't mean to be like a fucking, you know, I don't mean to throw a wrench in this whole thing, but didn't he fucking hang out with kids and shit? Like, is that, I don't know, man. That's all. It's just, it's weird to me that in these times, you know, it's weird to me in these times, but, anyway, that's all I had with that. It's not a big, like I said, I'm not like out crazy. I'm just like, that was a weird play to have. You know, New York, that's the thing. New York City comes up with some shit late. They come up with shit late. You know, it's like, I'll tell you one. I'm going to tell you guys a couple things now. Now we're going to get into some fun stuff on TVE 538, because I'm going to confess to you some guilty pleasures, some things that I like that you might not think that I like. Okay. I come across a certain way. People think, you know, people always come up to me and be like, I feel like you would be like Yeah, I can't believe you like, because I said to one guy, oh man, I like you. I like what you do. You're a good guy. Oh man, you don't, oh, I'm glad because you seem, I was like, I'm just quiet, man. I'm just quiet and a lot more private than people think. I love on stage. I love to let it go. I do talk a little shit. So I'm not private in the way, like I'll talk some shit but I'm not like, just like out there doing fucking everything. But I'm going to tell you guys some shit that I like. First of all, one of the funniest things was when me and my wife first started dating. Okay. I had a best of Phil Collins, greatest hits, and I was in my early 20s. All right. I'll fuck with Phil Collins. I'll go see Phil Collins on Broadway. Somebody that looks like Phil Collins just banging shit out. Cause I know that I don't know if he's going through something or if he's older, whatever. But you guys want to know something? And I have no fucking problem saying this on the podcast. Okay. I'll even make this the clip. I am a huge Taylor Swift fan. I am not like, I got that shit. Dude, the funniest thing is if you look at my playlist, you got all kinds of, you just got, pretty much everything on my playlist except country music. No offense. The older I get, I'm realizing the simplicity of country music being genius, just like, man, it was beautiful out that day. And you're like, you know what? I stare at trees. So I get that. It was on the boat and no problems entered my mind. And you're just like, all right, man, this guy's fishing, no problems. I get that, but it's not really on the playlist. But I have an order of one, like, when you have a playlist and the songs that are in order. I literally have, I'm not joking. I have where the Taylor Swift comes in. I literally have like Kid Cudi. Then I have like, I got like so much shit, like Kid Cudi. And then I would have like I don't know if it's like a Tribe Called Quest or then like a Grand Poobah from back in the day, or like whatever it is. And then all of a sudden I'll have like Taylor Swift style. And my daughter's in the car. I'm like, you want to hear this? And I'm like, please say yes. Please say yes. I want to hear this shit too. I want to hear some Taylor Swift. I cannot wait to take my daughter to a Taylor Swift concert. Cause I'll be that dickhead. Hold my arm around my daughter. Just like, wow, this dreams. I'll fuck you, dude. Taylor Swift crushes. Taylor Swift crushes. I know I'm losing fans right now. The Virzi effect's doing fantastic. I'm losing followers. I don't give a fuck. There's a song that you listen to. I don't know if I ever told this story in the podcast. I think I might have way, way, way back in the day. But I remember one time that popular Kelly Clarkson song came on. Oh my God. It was a Kelly Clarkson song that bangs, and this is when there were still toll booths in New York. Like there was still somebody there taking like $3.50 to go over some. And I swear to God, there was like a 20-something-year-old woman in the booth, and I had the window down, and I was pumping Kelly Clarkson. And then I just realized that it was like a 20-something-year-old girl, and she's going to see fucking, and I just lowered it, like slowly lowered it. It was like in the movie fucking Office Space when he had that rap music and he was rapping hard, and then he just kind of lowered it and shit when he saw a black dude. I swear to God, I was pumping Kelly Clarkson. There's certain songs that those pop stars have that the chorus just hits. That the chorus just hits. I remember Chris Rock did something about, he was listening to Gwen Stefani, No Doubt, and he was singing it loud. It happens. There's another one. All right, fellas, here's another thing for the Virzi effect. I'll give you guys not homework, but right into the show if you want. What's your guilty? Because I know there's some burly motherfucker listening to this right now. I know that there's some big jacked, burly fucking, going out there, fucking chopping down trees, talking all kinds of shit, tattoos everywhere, sitting on the couch, drinking beer, watching the game, acting like they'd be better in the game. One of those guys has a fucking huge, like Lady Gaga. I didn't hit the mute, did I? I hope I didn't hit the fucking mute. No, I didn't hit the mute. So, yeah, dude, Taylor Swift is one. Like, listen, I'm just saying, like, when I was going through lists and stuff, I was like, oh, that's a good song. I'll play that. And then you know what happens with me? I'll be out and I'll hear a song. You ever do that? You ever go out and you hear a song and then you're like, oh, I got to put that on a playlist. Like the other night I was at the Stand. By the way, shout out to the fans that came out to the Stand. I was at the Stand Comedy Club, man, just so packed out last weekend. This weekend I will be at the Stand and the Comedy Cellar this weekend. And then I'll plug my dates after, but I'll be in Buffalo next Thursday, man, coming out to Buffalo. Want to talk about Buffalo after this, but yeah, I was out there and some song came on. And I think it was, I don't know, it was Drake. It was a Drake song. And I had not heard it, or I haven't heard it in a while. And I was like, this is actually good. And it was one of those, what was it? And then everyone told me the name and they got it wrong. Then I figured out which one it was. That's the worst. When you go to iTunes library and you try to remember the song and you just start and you can't find it and it ruins your day. But yeah, hold on. I'm going to pause this for 1 second. You guys will not feel a thing. Okay. So yeah, I had to just, of course I'm getting text messages while I'm doing this thing. But yeah, so anyway, this is what I wanted to get into this, dude, because I was just, you know, you see this shit on the news, and I know we're talking about like fucking Taylor Swift songs and all that shit, and what's your guilty pleasure, this and that, and now, you know, talk about something serious. But I got to be honest, man, like, it's getting to the point where, like, when you keep seeing these shootings and this shit keeps happening, and whatever it is, whatever your opinion is of it, okay, with, you know, these fucking mentally ill people, these people that are just fucking, it's just like, man, like, it's so fucked up and sad. And then like really hearing the reality of it when you see somebody like, yeah, I was going in and me and this woman were going in, and then I got out and I just saw her laying there on the ground dead. And it's just fucking like, it's so fucked up and horrible, man. And, you know, it's weird because it's like, you try to think of like what the fix is and what the solution is. Do you get more security? And then do you, you know, it's like nobody knows or understands when this shit is going to happen. And so I just want to say that I feel horrible for the people of Buffalo. That's such a fucking horrible, horrible thing. And to be completely honest with you, I'm going to be in Buffalo next Thursday. I'm doing one show May 26th at Helium Comedy Club. And I felt weird at first plugging those dates after this happened. I don't want to, you know, see something horrible and be like, hey, Buffalo, you ready to laugh? Like, I didn't want to do that. But then I realized, then I looked at it the other way. I'm like, no, I'm going to go and I'm going to bring some fucking joy to people. I'm going to bring joy to people. And I'm going to hopefully be a distraction of that horrible thing and go out there and make people laugh. May 26th at Helium in Buffalo. I swear to God that like my team was going, Paul, we need some video. Can you do this? Can you do that? And I was just like, man, give it a couple days, you know, because of that fucking horrible, horrible thing. And so, you know, I know people get mad when you say thoughts and prayers, but I'm not a lawmaker, guys. So that's all I could say. You know, people, yeah, take your fucking thoughts and prayers and shove them. Like, all right. Like, I'm just saying that my heart goes out to the people and their families. So thoughts and prayers to them. I mean, I don't know what else you want me to say. You can't even say that shit now. It's like, all right, man. Like, I can't change anything regardless of my opinion. It's like, I just want to fucking say that I'm really, really sorry that happened. And it's brutal. And like, again, your heart goes out to all of these people, man. And, you know, you have a family member say they're going to the store and then they don't come back because a fucking lunatic goes in there, you know, with the gun and automatic gun and just fucking starts, you know, shooting the place up. And what's fucking sick and brutal is they scouted it out and all that shit, you know. Yeah. So anyway, if I can be any distraction on May 26th, I'm only doing one night, one show. I'm not there for the weekend. It's literally one night, one show. And yeah, man, I'll be honest. Shows like that mean a lot to me. I love performing on September 11th because of what happened on, 2001, the World Trade Center. So giving people joy, that's all you could do. That's all you could really do, So again, I don't mean to bring the show down. I know like I said, we're talking fun shit. And, but the reality is that happened, and I'm very sorry it did. And I will be there to hopefully be a fun distraction for a little while. So I hope to see you guys there. If you're podcast fans, come up to me. That's the thing, man. The meet and greet is back on, and I'm doing that. I'm meeting people. I'm talking to them. I'm taking pictures because it's you guys who listen to the show. It's you guys that, dedicate your time to listening to my bullshit and coming out to my shows. I'm not going to lie though, man. I'm having a good time with the new material and all of that stuff. So, I hope to see you guys in Buffalo, May 26th. I have some other dates too that are coming up. Oh, and guess what? Finally, Chicago. Well, it's actually Rosemont, but I think it's like not even an hour from Chicago. But I will be, I'm going to hang in Chicago too, but I'm going to be in that area. Rosemont, Zanies. When did we say July 28th to the 30th? July 28th to the 30th. I'll be at Zanies in Rosemont. So Chicago, look that up. I don't know if the club has the link on the site just yet. Atlanta, couple weeks, 2 weeks, Atlanta, 2 weeks. I'm coming back to the Punchline, June 3rd and 4th. Just 4 shows, 2 on Friday and 2 on Saturday, or 2 and 3, maybe. I may be 3 on Saturday, maybe 5 shows. But June 3rd, June 4th, Friday, Saturday, Punchline Atlanta. The ticket link is available now. Get that. Then I'm going to San Diego, California. San Diego, which means a whale's vagina. She goes, no, that can't be right. I'll be there June 30th through July 2nd. So all of these dates will be on paulvirzi.com very soon. Oh, and looks like I'm coming to Michigan. I'm doing multiple things in Michigan. One's going to be a little theater, and then one's going to be a club. Those dates are coming on soon. So a lot of different stuff, but going all over the place, getting ready for a new hour. And yeah, this is got some really cool shit. So I hope to see everybody at a show. I hope I didn't just hit mute. My tooth is healing. Dude, I fucking... Dude. How weird is being at the dentist though? Like you're just laying there, and they're just pulling, digging. You okay? Yeah, great. Fucking drooling. They got a hose sucking your face down because you fucking can't control your fucking saliva like a fucking. It's just, I don't know, man. I could tell you this: it sucks. Hitting 40 sucks. It does. But you know what I've been doing, guys? Your boy's back out on a golf course. I'm back out on a golf course, and now I got the itch. Because here's why. I didn't play for months. And then I went out there and I broke 100 and I played pretty well. And then I went out after that and I did not break 100. I shot 45 on the front. And I was like, oh my God, dude, if I keep playing like this, I'm going to be in the 80s after not playing. I'm back. And then if kind of had it didn't fall apart. It was just the putting. And I looked at the score and I ended up over 100. And I was really, really not happy. So now I'm going to get defiant. Now I'm coming back. And now, I got the itch again. So I'm going to start. And I have not drank in a while. So I'm going to just be playing golf on the road because I'm shutting it all down, guys. No drinking, no smoking. How many listeners did I lose on this podcast? I like Taylor Swift and I'm not drinking and I'm not smoking any cigars for a while. How many guys just tuned up, man, fuck this. I can't, Paul used to. But no, it feels, I got to tell you something, man, waking up not hungover is the greatest thing in the world. You could talk all the shit you want. We already talked about the shitty friends that don't like when you're not drinking. So they say shit, fuck them. Okay. Cause they don't have it in them. Oh, that's another thing that I wanted to talk about on the show real quick. I realized that like I'm not as mad at people. I used to get mad at people, but then when you realize that they can't help it. And the greatest thing is this: you can't be mad at somebody. What did I say? Fuck. You can't be mad at somebody for not knowing who you are, right? I've said that before. Like, don't be mad at somebody for doubting you or being negative because they don't know your heart. They don't know the real winner and champion that you are. It's because they're not. And once you realize that, the people that are negative, you feel bad, right? It's like, oh, you can't, I understand. You can't imagine it because you can't do it. So since you can't do it and you don't have it in you to do, then that's the thing. And that is making me less angry at those people. Because at first you're like, no, you evil piece of shit. No, you're an evil piece of shit. That's what you are. Okay? Because you're trying to knock down me and you're not trying to help me. You're trying to knock me down, or you're being jealous and envious, and you're saying, and it's like, oh, your parents fucked up. You don't have that confidence in you. You don't have any of that. So what it is since that you're gonna just you're gonna do it like we talked about last on the projection. But I'm actually, because the last week when I talked about stop projecting, this week I thought about it and I'm like, instead of being like, fuck those people and be away, you could still say, fuck those people, be away, but you almost want to hug them and be like, no, you'll get it. You'll be all right. If nothing else, to let them know. So that was the thing I wanted to make sure, because I thought about that. And I was like, man, I went really hard on people that do that. And you should go hard on them because it's not an excuse. But at the same time, it's like, if you don't know, if you see somebody that doesn't walk right, you're walking straight, you're walking good. And then you see somebody that's got some limp or something like that. And then to be like, and then they look at you like, oh, you walk good. And it's like, oh, you can't, you got a fucking thing. You can't tell that person, come on, you fucking what? They really have it broken where they either need to speak to somebody, get through it. But if you are, imagine being in your 50s, imagine being in your 40s and 50s, and your whole life you've just been negative. You know how hard it is to break that shit? So, when people do it maliciously, I'll go hard. But when I see somebody that can't break that, I almost want to help them, if that makes sense. So there's a positive way. There's a positive way back. The New York Yankees just don't. The New York Yankees just don't lose. The New York Yankees just don't lose. I'm going to talk about that more on the Anything Better. We're going to talk more sports on Anything Better with me and Bill Burr. The NBA is fixed, dude. The NBA is manipulated and fixed. We're going to talk about that on the Anything Better podcast too. But you can't. One thing that I'm watching, and again, if I sound redundant on Anything Better, I'm sorry. But when I watch a game and you watch how the refs call it, and then all of a sudden you see 3 calls again against the same team. And then you see the team that's getting the penalties called. And I'm looking around going like, what's going on? And the coach just smiling, smirking. That's something. That is them going, oh, they need to make this game closer because they don't want to sweep. So they want this thing to get interesting because it equals more money. It equals more fucking face time for the ref. Make no mistake about that. Refs have egos too. So when you watch a game like that, I'm sure all leagues are like this except football, because there's too many people involved and football is too violent and football is one and done. You lose the playoff game, you're out. But in the NBA, how many times you see a sweep? Think about that. How many times have you seen a good team that should sweep a team not sweep? So I don't know. I can't wrap my head around some of these things that are happening here. That's just how I feel. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. I think that it's not full on fixed, but it's manipulated for sure. We're going to talk about more about that Patrick Beverly talking all kinds of shit about Chris Paul. We'll talk about that on Anything Better a little bit, but yeah, that went a little crazy. And finally, I will end this episode 338. Thank you guys for listening. Like I said, check out. Oh, guys, again, thank you guys so much, man. The new YouTube channel, or I say new because it's been pandemic, but that's how quick it went by. But thank you guys so much who are subscribing to the YouTube channel. Somebody actually came on the podcast and or came on the YouTube thing and goes, Virzi, I've been listening to you for 10 years, finally subscribed. Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. I mean, 10 years for you to be like, yeah, that's a tough critic. Listening to my bullshit for 10 years, be like, all right, you know what, man, I'm going to give this guy a sub. And listen, man, there's a lot of you guys that listen to my podcast all the time that don't subscribe. You will really be helping me in the show if you subscribe. Okay. There'll be more stuff. There'll be more shit. Like, that's what I mean. So if you can, I'm asking you, I usually don't ask. I never, ever will be like, hey, donate so I can fucking get another camera. I'll never do that. But if you guys are regular listeners and did not subscribe, it will take you 2 minutes. If you can go to the YouTube channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel, rate and review the show. It helps so much. I would really, really appreciate that. And I see that a lot of you have, because the show keeps moving up and the subscription numbers keep going up. And we could see that because it is fairly new since we started doing it in the pandemic. And I cannot thank you guys enough. Also, subscribe to the Anything Better podcast. Me and Bill Burr are doing that. We're having a great time. I'm going to go out. We're going to have a studio in LA, and that show is going to grow. Bill's got stuff going on, with editing and doing stuff like that. I'm touring. I'm in the West. I'm in the East Coast. He's on the West Coast. So it's so hard. We both have families, so it's hard. But we're going to get together. We're going to bang out some episodes out there live in the studio. Go to the Anything Better podcast and YouTube and subscribe to that. Go check out my dates. Go see me at a show. Come talk to me. Let's hang out. Can't wait to meet you guys, take pictures. People in Tampa were like, I can't believe you waited and took pictures with everybody. Yes, I will. You guys are the reason this happens. Okay. I talk my shit because you guys fucking listen. Let's do it. Let's hang. So hit me up. Do that. And the last thing I'll say on the podcast is Amber Heard. Okay. This Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing, like, I've never seen I'm not trying to be rude, and this isn't like a man against woman thing. I'm really, really not. Lord knows, and he's admitted it, Johnny Depp had his issues. Drinking, cocaine, doing all that stuff. He's an eccentric guy. I'm not saying the guy's an angel. I'm not saying anything. But if you want to talk about somebody that is publicly showing the bad fake person that they are, it's Amber Heard. I've never seen, this is like a public, like, this is like a PR suicide. It's like the fake crying, the fake looking around at everything. Johnny Depp's lawyers are killing her. I mean, it is an absolute, she can't be leaving the courtroom, going home, going, that went well. That was good. Let's have a glass of wine. She's got to be just sitting in bed going, what's happening to me and my life right now? Like completely fake, completely unlikable. And again, it's justice, because when somebody lies about something like that, somebody lies about somebody, it's just really not fucking cool. So I've not been watching it, but it's been fucking, dude. You're just watching somebody just getting publicly executed. Like, what movie is she doing next? And I hope, listen, I don't wish anything bad on anybody's career or life, but you can't fake it like that. Fake crying, fake doing this, fake doing that. It's absolutely fucking brutal, man. And Johnny Depp is drawing. That's the funniest shit. This guy's doodling and fucking laughing. He's got people giving him drink, like his fucking lawyers are giving him drinks and snacks. He's sitting there laughing. He's going like this. He's like winking at the fucking jury. The only thing the guy's not doing is going like this to the jury after. It's unbelievable. All right. And then finally, Top Gun, the new Top Gun Maverick better be good. Okay. It better be good. I was heartbroken with certain movies that came out that were sequels that come out after years. Heartbroken. You look forward to it. You're like, oh my God, dude. They must have thought. They had so many years. Somebody along the line has written notes. They've brainstormed. They said, if we ever do this, we got to do this. This has to be good. And you watch it and it's an absolute disaster. That cannot happen with Top Gun. You're in an F-18 Hornet. You're flying around. Okay. There's going to be combat. You got Goose's son up there. Maverick is the instructor. They cannot fuck this up. They cannot. And Cruise is such a lunatic doing his own stunts that guy's willing to do whatever to make it real, which is scary, I'm sure, for his family. But I mean, that guy hung on a fucking airplane, like a B-2 bomber, and like it circled around and landed, like he was hanging on it as it took off. It's like the craziest shit you ever see in your life. But yeah, I'm hoping because I'm going to review that movie. I'm going to be in that movie theater. I'm not in the movie. I'm in some movies coming up, but not that one. But yeah, dude, I'm excited about it. It better not disappoint. Like Top Gun can't disappoint. That would, you just can't, it can't be Godfather 3. It just can't. If Godfather was in the court of law, Godfather 3 would be stricken from the record. Just jurors act like you never saw it. Like that, the Top Gun can't. Top Gun's too much childhood, too good, too, you know. I like when they do it similar to the first one, because then at least it's like, oh, it might not have been as good, but it holds true. Like I don't like when people are like, no, they made it its own. Don't make it its own. Don't make it its own. That's the name of this episode. Don't make it its own. Have it have its own shit, but keep it true, because that's what people liked. That's why when J.J. Abrams did Star Wars, he kept it true, especially the one where Han Solo gets killed by his son. That one was like, oh shit, that was a great Star Wars. In my opinion, that was a great one. I know people complain, but he killed his father. He to really go to the dark side. Chewbacca starts fucking lacing people with his crossbow. They go. I just loved the whole thing. I thought it was a good Star Wars, but it's because it stayed true. People are like, oh, that's Return of the Jedi. That's fucking. It's like, yeah, well, Return of the Jedi is one of the fucking most gross movies. Like, yeah. Casino. A lot of people like Casino was Goodfellas in the Desert. Okay. Both were fantastic. I don't give me Casino. Give me fucking Goodfellas in space. Send a couple of fat Italians to space. By the way, I'm doing a joke on fat Italians in space. I'm only saying that because if any fucking comedians do it, it's bullshit. It's mine. And I'm doing it now. Okay. I'm doing 2 fat Italians on the moon, what they would do. So if you want to hear something like that, come out to my shows. I'll be in New York this weekend at the Stand in the Cellar. Next week, I will be in Buffalo. Stay true. Don't make it its own. All right, guys, that's it for me. How far along? Okay, wow, we did some time. All right. This has been the Virzi Effect. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And because I enjoyed being with you, as I always do. So I will see you for episode 539 next week. And you will get this episode this week. And you will also get Anything Better on Saturday. I will talk to you guys soon. See you at a show. Please rate, review, subscribe. If you know anybody in the Buffalo area, tell them I'm coming. Put a smile on their face. One day, one night only, one show, May 26th at Helium Comedy Club in Buffalo. I'll talk to you guys soon. All love.